everyone, do you want to learn full stack web development for free and get placed in top tech companies? Check out Accio Jobs Scholarship Test where you can win 100% scholarship on our job guarantee full stack web development program.
Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great. In this video, we are going to take a look at HTML table tags, right? We'll see what is call span and row span. Also, we'll build some complicated table layouts using these table tags. So let's get right into it. So in this video, we are going to discuss the topic tables in HTML and we'll discuss the table tags, right? Table tr, table height and table data. Then we'll discuss call span and row span, right? And then we'll be making this complicated type of table, right? So let's move to VS Code. So inside VS Code, what you want to do is you want to create a new folder, right? Like I have created. So I'll just add an index.html file here, right? And let's complete the boiler code on our own this time. I'll not use autocomplete exclamation mark for this. We'll just complete this code by ourselves. So let's complete this boilerplate code. First of all, we want an HTML tag, right? Inside that HTML tag, we want a head tag and a body tag. And inside this head tag, we want a title tag, right? So we got a title tag. This is the HTML boilerplate code which you are supposed to write on your own, right? All right. So let's move on, and what I'll do is I'll just quickly close this and I'll just quickly open the live preview from the top right corner, right? So this is our file index.html. Let's quickly add the title to this page, tables in HTML, right? You can see the title has appeared here. Okay. So let's discuss tables first, right? So what are tables? So tables are generally, tables are anything where you add data and you can represent data in an intuitive way, right? So table can list the things in a tabular form, of course, and like when we use table, when do we use table? Like tables of course have a lot of applications. You might know some applications on your own. So if I list down some applications, so when you want to compare something on your website, for example on a shopping website, you might want to compare two products from one another, so their tables are really helpful. And also you may want to use tables in certain forms, right? So tables can be required there also. And also if you want to represent some data, maybe you want to represent some data before showing any bar chart or bar graph, a table is a good form, and it is like it is understood by a lot of people rather than bar graphs and pie charts. So table is a really good way to represent data on your website by just simply providing the data by using this HTML table tags, right? So this is a really important topic, and we'll be building we'll be building this by blocks, by bit by bit, right? All right. So first of all, we have the table tag, right? Okay, we have this table tag. What does this table tag do? This table tag is an enclosure for all the other table tags we'll be using in this video, right? So what all other table tags? So we'll be learning about table tr tag and td tag. So table data and table row tag, these are the two tags we'll be discussing, right? So let me just give an h1 heading, tables in HTML here, right? All right. Okay. So what I'll do is, before like discussing the table tag and all the tags which table tag is used to enclose it, right, I'll just quickly define some stylings here. So you don't need to worry about this, right? Or maybe once I've declared the table tag, I can add styling so that you can sort of figure out that what this style tag is doing, right? This is CSS. I'm just making this to explain the things more clearly in the table tag, but yeah, we'll discuss this in future course also, right? So let me first finish the table tags first, right? So what is table tag? So table tag is basically, this encloses all the table row, table data, and all the data you want to put inside the table is enclosed by this table tag, right? So when you want to define a table, you want to add this table tag on your website, right? So now what I'll do is I'll make some table rows, right? So table will be having rows, right? Table will be having rows. Okay. So table rows, and I want 3 of them. All right. So we are having 3 table rows. Okay. What I'll do, in the first row of the table, you might know that there is data in the first row of table, like there are headings in the first row of table. So what do I mean by that? Let me just quickly draw this and explain by a drawing. So for example, we are having this table, right? Let me just quickly draw a table here, right? So the rows are these. So rows are these horizontal, the divisions in a table, right? And columns are these, right? Okay, so these are columns. And in the first row, all you want is, maybe S number, maybe your roll number, name, and class. So these are all the, the headings you want to put in the first row, right? So these are all the headings in the first row. So what I want to convey is that first row contains headings, right? So what I'll do, there's a table tag called th, right? This is used for table heading. So th, and I want 3 of them, right? So I'll add th, and 3 table headings will be given in this tag. Okay, so what I'll do next is, I'm having 3 table headings, so my table should be looking like this, but I have not added any data, and that is why nothing is visible on the website as of now, right? So let me quickly add the table data also. So table data is nothing, but it adds rows, it adds columns in your table. So these blocks will be added through table data. These blocks will be added through table data, right? So you can add any data corresponding to this particular row in the first table data tag of the table row tags, which will come beneath the first table heading tag of the table row corresponding table row tag, right? So let me explain through, coding. So let me first finish the table data tags, writing the table data tags, right? Okay, so I've created this simple format of a 3 by 3 table here. So it is having 3 rows, right? 3 rows are there, 3 table rows tags are there. So by this I mean that it has made this kind of table. Initially there are no columns. Mind that there are no columns as of now. If I add a table heading tag or maybe a table data tag here, what happens is it creates one row and it adds that to the table, right? If I add another table data tag below this, so below this corresponding to this, so it would add like this, right? So it would add table data tag like this. So I'll explain a little bit further. So let me just finish the data regarding this table. So let me just say that this is heading 1, right? And similarly there will be heading 2 and there will be heading 3, right? So let me just add this data 1, data 2 and data 3. I'll just copy paste this so that we are a little bit quicker. Okay, so you can see this data has taken a format of a table, right? So let me just quickly delete some rows, right? So you can see that if I delete data 2, data 3 will actually come here, right? So if I delete this, so data 3 has actually come here. So what I'll do, I'll just remove all this. Okay, I'll just remove all of this, right? Okay, so now what I can do is I can now you can explain, and I'll just play with these tags to explain how a table works, right? So I'll just do one thing, I'll just add a table data here, data 2, and you can see that this data 2 is not having any heading because this heading tag is coming above these both data 1 tags, right? And if I add a heading 2 tag here, right, heading 2 like table heading here, this will come above this, right? So there is no way I can add directly here, right? I have to use that, right? So for example, if I add an empty data tag, table data tag here, and then I name is data 3, data let's say data 2 only. So it comes below this, below the corresponding heading tag. So this is the second table heading tag in the corresponding row. So this is the second table data tag in the corresponding row, in the parent row. So it comes below this heading. So this is how tables work in HTML, right? Let me add the data 3 tags also. So what I'll do is I'll just add table data 3, right? So now I should also add the heading 3 tag, right? So let me quickly add stylings before explaining anything further. So stylings are basically, I'll be adding some CSS code in this HTML file only. We'll learn all about CSS in upcoming lectures. You don't need to worry about that, but I'm just doing it to, sort of visualize this table more clearly to you guys. So I'll just add a style tag, and inside this I'll do table data, table height, and I'll give them style of border 1 pixel solid black, and I'll just give them another property border you don't need to worry about what this code is, which I'm writing under the style tag, because we'll be like doing this code in future also, right? So you can see I've given the border to the table, right? So you can draw some inferences through this code that I've done. I've drawn some I've given some borders to these tables, and I'll just give some height to each and every one of this to 2 rem. Okay, I'll just give width as 10%, maybe. Let's try 10%. Let's try 20%, 30%, 40%. 40 or 50% seems to be fine. Right. So it doesn't seem to work on that tag. All right. Okay, so let's just remove this width tag. So we don't want don't want to fix these errors right now. So let's just figure out all the table tags right now. So I have created this 3x3 table. If I wanted to add some table row here, see what happens. I'll just add it. So this is the second row, right? So under the second table row tag, I'll add a table data 4. So you can see it has created this another kind of area where we can add this table. We have added this, and there is nothing above and below it. So how can I do that? How can I fix that? In the table row tag, I can add table heading 4 here, right? So corresponding to this table row, we are having this table height, right? So for example, I'll explain in more clearly. So this is the 4th heading, right, in this table row. Yep, this is basically the 4th column. This is the 4th data, the 4th table data tag in this row. This is the 4th table data, right? I'll just simply add table data 4 here. So I've created a like 3x4 table here, right? So this is how tables work in HTML, and this is how we use table heading, table row, and table data tag. All of them comes inside the table tag. So this is about table. Now moving on to the next topic, right? So this is how we can add more rows and more columns. You may add another this similar kind of row here, and it will add another similar row here, right? So if you don't want the data in the first and the second rows, you can just simply do this, and it has been deleted. But table data has to be there, because you have to know that there are 4 columns in this table. Else if I delete both of these, there'll be then only like 2 rows, and this will be an empty space which you can add data, but it will not add any data, because this ASD doesn't come inside any table tag. So this is about table. So anything inside the table tag, you need to enclose in table row and table data tag or table heading tags in order to visualize that on the table, right? So this is about the tables in HTML. We'll discuss more about the styling of this table, the heading of this table, the title of that table. We'll discuss more in the future styling series, but as of now, we'll be discussing another important topic in tables, which is call span and row span of a table, right? Okay, all right. So for example, let's just fix this code quickly. Yeah, all right. So let's discuss call span and row span. So what is call span? Call span and row span are basically attributes to the any table data or table heading tag, right? They basically tell the table cell to take how much of column space or how much of row space they need to take, right? For example, if I give column span, initially like everyone is having column span is equal to 1 and row span is equal to 1. This means that this will be taking up 1 column, this table cell will be taking up 1 column, and it will be taking a size of since row span is also 1, so it will be taking a size of 1 row, this cell, right? If I alter this, if I set this for this heading 1, let's give it a call span of 2. So you can see it is now covering the data the distance of 2 columns, and data 2 is also enclosed by this heading 1 only, right? So now we are having this data 1 and data 2, data 1, data 2, data 1, data 2, all both of these columns inside under this cell, right? So basically it is having call span of 2. And if I want to give this heading 3 a row span of 2, so it will take up this space, everything below it will move a little bit down. So let's do it at heading 3. I'll add row span is equal to 4, is equal to 4, no, is equal to 2. So you can see it has taken this row, and this data has been shifted since it has taken another row, the bottom row of it. So the data like below this has shifted to the next cell. So this is how like all this works. So like HTML handles all the accommodation of tables, and we can make really really complex designs using these table tags, right? Now what I want to do is I want to display a special kind of table. So this is the table we want to display for this explanation of this video. So let's just do some mathematics and figure out how much columns and rows and how much do we need, right? So this is also I like, you can also take it as the building process of a table. So how am I building it? So you can see that this table is having 3 columns, row 1 2 3. So columns are definitely 3, which means that I'll be having 3 table data tags, right? So this is kind of like, I may or may not have 3 table data tags, but let's see. Okay, so at max I'm saying. And how many rows are there? So you can count, there's 1 2 3. Let's count from here. So 1 2 3 4 and 5 rows are there. So rows are 5, right? So this simply means that I need to have 5 table rows, right? So 5 table rows are required, right? Okay, so let's convert this into code, right? What I'll do is I'll do a break line, and below this table we'll make this another table. So I'll do table tag, right? Okay, table tag. Now I want 5 rows, table row into 5. We are using basic VS Code functionalities here. And then I want to do what I want to do is the first, like for the table heading, the first table heading is taking the call span of 3, right? Because it's taking all the 3 columns. So inside this table row there will be only one table, you can say table heading. Let me fix this indentation problem. Table heading, and this will be having a call span of 3, and inside this there will be 2022, right? So as of now our table looks like this. Okay, so yeah, so let me just delete this whole code maybe, just to give it the styling, right? So yeah, so let's just ignore it for now. So let's just ignore the styling. So I have created this first call span, and the first row is complete. Now you can see the first row is complete. Now for second row I need 3 table datas, right? So for the second row I'll just make table data into 3, right? So now I'm having 3 table datas. This is looking different than whatever this is, because they have given the stylings to this. We are not giving a styling, we just want to achieve the end result, like what this, like the structure of this table, we are only achieving that, right? So now I'm having 3 table datas inside this, and then I want in the third row I want a cell whose call span is 2. Of course, call span is 2, and row span is also 2. Okay, so there you have it, table data, we have this, and call span is equal to 2, and we also want row span is equal to 2, right? So you can see this thing is achieved, right? And then we want to have these 2 basically cells here. So what I'll do is I'll just add a table data here, right? And I'll add another table data here, right? Not here because it's creating another column. What I'll do in the next table row, I'll just add a table data. So you can see that this is now taking 2 column space, right? And yeah, so this is how it is working, right? Okay, so just to make things a little bit wider, I'll just add some numbers here just to make the table clearer. I'm not tampering the stylings here, just to keep the explanation simple. So now you can see this is making, this is till now we are doing correctly, and in the final row there are only 3 table datas. So table data into 3. So now you can see that we have achieved this table, and I can simply, if I want to add the data in this table row, I can write fiesta, right? That's what the spelling is, F-I-E-S-T-A. So F-I-E-S-T-A. So this is what is written there. So I'll just delete it for now, just to make the table more clearer. So this is how we've achieved this complex design of this table, right? And this is how we work with call span and row span in a table, right? So this was all about tables in HTML. You don't need to go really in depth with this concept, right? But you need to understand the concept of call span and row span, because this might be helpful in making complicated web design layouts also, right? So this is all about tables. Hope you are enjoying the videos, and if you're doing so, please like and subscribe to the channel. Until the next video drops, keep coding.